Welcome to another session of Technology by Performix. I'm Ken Umansky, your host, and today we're going to explore more of the world of technology. I have with me today Sameer Ranjan, founder and chief technology officer of Cognate. Sameer has worked on both B2B and B2C projects and has consulted with businesses for economic development and data literacy. He is the winner of the AI Changemaker Award and has been featured in 25 Under 25. He has a master's degree in data science from UT Dallas and writes for various journals and often judges data competitions. Welcome, Sameer. I'm really happy to have you join me today. I hope you're ready for some questions. So let's start off with an easy one. Is AI going to replace a lot of human-intensive jobs?
This answer is quite two-faced, right? Because I believe AI is going to make a lot of automation in the world, which will take out a lot of tasks from the people which they do, the repetitive tasks or the tasks that doesn't involve highly skilled labor. So those tasks will be gone, but not entirely the jobs. So people will have a lot more time left onto their calendar with the task being automated or tasks being done by AI. But their jobs won't be replaced completely by AI. That is, it doesn't look possible in, let's say, next decade or so.
So you think there's still going to be jobs that will not be replaced by AI? So tell me, where does AI fit into it if the future looks like it's going to become more efficient because of AI?
Right. Let's take an example of sales calls, right? People used to have a large BDR team, the team of people who will just pick up the phone or call up, contact and try to get an appointment from them. Now, these tasks can be automated with the help of various tools and software that are available, right? There are software that can do the voice modulation. There are software that can actually make sure that you sound like human, even if the machine is calling, right? So those things will they can reduce your workload by 20-30%, right? Now, the problem is that 20-30% of the time left on a BDR job role, what they're going to do about it, right? So they will be efficient because their machine won't make that many mistakes that human makes, right? So it will be efficient. It will be logical. The next thing will be with the 20-30-40% time left, do you consider that cutting out that resource completely from your business? Or would you like to add more work onto that resource so that the time that you have saved with the help of AI or machine learning, that you can utilize it to something else that can be more productive for that user?
Interesting perspective. Thank you. Let me ask you a second question. What's the half-life of skills?
Right. So this is very much related to my answer to the first question, right? Because now you are saving 30-40% of the time that with the help of AI or all the new software products, right? So what basically it means is you might be trained to do a job which you were doing till now, but now since the AI comes into the picture, you might not have to do that job, right? So you might have to go and learn something new. And the problem with the current market is that people are learning data, people are learning artificial intelligence, right? Along with their, whatever the domain is, it might be engineering, it might be finance, it might be arts, right? They need to add another skill so that they can be employable for a longer time. What is happening if you just know how to create designs for, let's say, Figma, right? And then there is this organization which is just doing a mind journey and creating all the artwork for themselves with using a prompt. Your requirement in the market is not there. So which means basically whatever skill you are learning, the half-life is going to be around 3 to 4 years because everything that you are doing is digitally, right? Whatever you are doing digitally can be replaced by a computer or an artificial intelligence if it doesn't involve a logical thinking, a methodology by which you make decisions. If it doesn't involve that, it can be easily replaced by AI. Now, just to answer the question, what will be the skill, half-life of a skill? Whatever you are doing right now on a digital medium, that is around 3 to 4 years. But whatever you are doing very offline, you are you're living in the medieval period where you are writing letters, handwritten letters. Those things cannot be, those things cannot be changed, and those things cannot be done by AI. But rest, everything, 3 to 4 years. That's the maximum time that you will require with the modern machinery to make any artificial intelligence or a machine learning model to replicate it.
Well, that makes me feel better because I'm old school and I still write things, with a pen and paper. So I'm glad to know that I won't be artificially replaced. Tell me a little bit about upskilling and market shifts and why it's not moving cohesively.
Right. So market works very different than the colleges or the universities, right? Because universities and colleges might have curriculum which was set some 50 years ago, right? For most of the courses, for most of the, let's say, engineering courses or most of the arts courses or design courses, it was set 50, 60 years ago when they proved all the theory and wrote all the mechanics of the system. The students are still learning that, or people, even if they are doing masters, they are still learning those things that was like relevant to 50, 60 years ago. But technology is changing the landscape very quickly, right? I was talking to a designer the other day and he was telling me 4 years ago, they used to have long charts where they will make the blueprint of the building, right? Now those things have come to an iPad, right? Now, if there is a university or if there is a place in the world which is still teaching the chart methodology to the students and not telling them how to make it in the iPad version or a digital version, it is going to be a very difficult for them to get a job in the world, right? And that the not getting the job is directly related to how you are skilled as an employee, right? And that is what the biggest problem is, because market will adopt the newest thing that is there because it's always cheap, it's always fancy, and people want to add technology because there's a perception that technology optimizes the solution very quickly and it can take you to the market much faster than anticipated. If you are not skilling yourself with the demand of the market, you are going to lag behind, and that is what the biggest problem right there in the world is. ChatGPT came earlier this year, right? Which was, it came actually last year, but the huge adoption was earlier this year, right? Now people don't have regulation around that. People don't have coursework around that so that the new students or the people who want to, let's say, even become a designer or become a copywriter can utilize ChatGPT in a very algorithmic manner. Right. Everybody is learning through the YouTube or through somebody who is already doing it. They are looking at it and they are trying to upskill themselves. There is no method to the madness. And unless we don't have a method to the madness, those people will still be unemployable because it's like a bubble knowledge, right? If they are asked to do something out of their scope, they might not be able to do it because they were not trained in that manner or they were not upskilled in a manner that they can do anything and everything with the tool at their disposal. So that is what I think, like market, because market is moving at a very higher pace and the upskilling different course providers or the universities or the schools are not moving at the pace that market needs to be there. This is my personal belief. All the universities or all the schools that are out there, they should be always one step ahead of the market, right? But in reality, it is actually 10 steps behind the market, right? Usually market narrates what universities have to teach, right? But it would be a much better world if students learn everything, if universities teach students everything and something more so that they can go into the market and do a good innovation and drive the market in a manner that whatever you are upskilling, same way market is going, and then the demand and supply gap is always stable between the job seeker and the job provider, so that the market grows in a manner that we don't have to come after 3 years and say, oh, a recession is going to come because of the AI, right? It won't ever come if people are skilled enough to understand what AI is. There won't be a time when we'll say that, oh, recession is going to come due to AI. So I think that's where the problem is. That's where the dynamics are not matching between the skilling platforms and the market platforms.
Okay. Again, an interesting perspective. Why are soft skills more important than technical skills? And what kind of organization depends vastly on soft skills versus technical skills?
Right. So this is something which we always say, right? You hire people due to their technical skills, but they stay in your organization because of their soft skills, right? You might be the best coder in the world, right? That's why I hired you. But you will only work with me if I am like empathetic towards you, if I understand you as a person. You won't work with me if I treat you like a machine, right? If I expect you to work 24/7 and I don't expect you to ever fall sick or take a day off or enjoy weekends, because that's what I assume from a machine. If I treat you as not as a person but as a machine, you're not going to work with me, right? So that is why soft skills are most important element in running any kind of organization. Now there is second piece to the equation. There are various organizations that solely depends on the soft skills. Any marketing agency, right? Because where people are going and talking to someone, right? Or even if they are creating a product that is talking to a large number of customers, which might be the ads, which might be the hoardings, right? Those things require more soft skills rather than your technical skills, right? Because you might have to just create, let's say, a single design. But if that design cannot speak to the masses, then it doesn't make any sense. And to have that understanding, you need to be very creative in your work, right? Which is again a soft skill. You need to be a better communicator so that you can communicate message through different mediums. That is a soft skill. You need to have a leadership ability so that you can lead people to think in certain manner, right? That is again a soft skill. So there are organizations, like I'll say 90-95% of the organization that require soft skills, which don't require soft skills are just the companies which are doing the development or which are just doing the research work. Then that is, again, I won't say they don't require soft skills, but the soft skills take the back seat and the technical skills take the front seat in those organizations.
Let me ask you a question. Can you, in your elevator speech, tell me what Cognate does?
Right. So CatNet is basically a AI-powered decision aiding platform which helps people to make decisions in the various junction point of their life. That can be choosing the right education right after high school or finding the jobs in your career, like what kind of job is aligned to me so that I can be happy in that job. CatNet is based on the idea of ikigai, which means basically the purpose of life, finding the true purpose of life with the help of data points and artificial intelligence. So that's what we do.
That was good. The elevator still hasn't arrived, so that's terrific.
Right.
What else would you like to tell us about how you're using AI and what the future is in your company?
Right. So we are using AI working on solving actually two problems, which is one is hiring the right people in your organization, right? You don't, as I told you, you don't hire people just for their technical skills. And you might hire people just for their technical skills, but they're not going to stay in your company if they don't have proper aptitude and the soft skills. So we do the identification of that, we do the matching of that, and we tell the organization that who among your candidate pool is the correct fit for your team or correct fit for your department, whatever for the role that you are hiring. The second element that we are trying to solve is how the two departments or how the two employees in your organization behave in a certain way so that they are successful in their role, right? Because there might be 10 people in a department and out of them only one is successful, right? So there must be a differentiator. And if I say that, okay, I'll take technology as the baseline where everybody is equally able in the technical skills, then the differentiator comes in the personality and soft skills. So we help companies identify the gaps and the differences so that they can upskill the other resources also so that everybody is successful in their job and they are happy with what they are doing. So that's what basically, that's what we're doing right now.
Terrific. I want to thank you for a stimulating and very interesting discussion. I think the audience learned a lot about how AI is going to affect jobs in the future and about the importance of soft skills are all about in relation to technical skills. How can our listeners get in touch with you or contact you if they have some questions?
Right. So the best way to reach out to me on LinkedIn, which is just type my name, Sameer Ranjan. You will see the same face. So just click on that, connect with me, or write to me at sameer@catenate.io. I'll be glad to answer any question any of the listeners have.
Well, thanks again. You were great. Remember, again, you can always find technology podcasts on Apple, Spotify, Google, and SoundCloud. And if you need help with any size technological challenge, please contact Performance Business Solutions at performancebiz.com. I'm your host, Ken Umansky, and until we meet again on another technology podcast, keep innovating.